Yeah, like I said, man, welcome back to part 3 of the Legends roster, Super Team, as you may want to call it, of all the top high school seniors since the class of 99 all the way up to the present day. Over 2,000 recruits per class, so I'm able to get a lot of players. Right now, we're creating Jonathan Brantley. So if anybody who know who this cat is, he went to Florida. I thought he was pretty trash though. He was like the reason Urban Meyer faked that he was sick so he could quit and get that job at Ohio State because of motherfuckers like him. But at the same time, it's hard following behind a legend, a god like Tim Tebow. It don't get no harder than that. He led them to 2 rings, had 2 Heismans. So dude had to come in and try to follow up behind that, which I know was hard, but it's still no excuse for being crap. Plus, I think he ended up transferring to Louisiana Tech too. Was that him that transferred? Cause I know one day I was watching a bowl game and I seen it on Louisiana Tech. It might have been him. I don't know. I'll have to go find that out though. But like I said, everything that I talk about is off the top of my head that I remember seeing and hearing as I was growing up. So there's no notes in front of me or anything like that. I'm just going with the flow, talking about sports, something that I love. I love my kids, so I know everything about them. So I know as much as I can about sports. I've just been following sports all my life. I played sports all my life, so it's in me. So, now I have a son, so hopefully I can embed that into him. I'm not gonna try to force it, but just hope I can lead him into the things that I love, so we can have things to share. But back to this game. John Brantley, he's done. Now we ready to see who's the next quarterback. Like I said, I'm not nowhere near finished. I still got all quarterbacks to do, running backs, receiver. I just done put a few of them on here as I done had time. Stephen Garcia. He went to South Carolina, played for Steve Spurrier. He was a decent quarterback. I'm not gonna say he was bad. He was decent. You know what I realized just now as I'm just sitting here thinking about some things? Stephen Garcia was actually a nice quarterback. I just think Steve Spurrier wasn't a good coach at that time. When I was growing up watching him in Florida, he was a nice coach, but he had a lot of talent. And the type of offense he had brought to college at that time, no team had really seen it, so it was hard to really prepare for it because a lot of the teams that they faced didn't have the same equal talent. So that automatically kind of puts you on a, you know what I'm saying, a level above the next team just because you have quality players at the best position. But I do remember though at times watching Florida play very good teams like Nebraska. One of my favorite college teams of all time was like that 95 team and 96 team, if I'm mistaken. They both had Tommy Frazier, Lawrence Phillips, Ahman Green, Grant Wistrom. They had all them cats, man. Man, that's all they did was run the option, man. And it was crazy because you knew what they was gonna run and you still couldn't stop it. To where I want to just put this in, Tommy Frazier is one of the most underrated college quarterbacks of all time. And it's crazy, he never won the Heisman. He never won the Heisman, but he ended up with, I think, 3 championship rings and never won the Heisman. But like I said, man, I'm not gonna say Steve Spurrier is a terrible coach. He's a good coach, but like all coaches, I think you still need talent to become a good or either a great coach. Now, there's some coaches that can just take players and make them better, but every coach isn't blessed with their skill set. So you must have talent. So in a way, that's how I'm making this game. We're gonna put talent on every team. Even the teams that are already talented are gonna be more talented. See, I like when I have to do the quarterbacks because I can kind of play around with the numbers because the ratings really they don't move for everything on the quarterback. They just more concerned about his throwing power and his throwing accuracy. Because the more you play with the throwing power and the throwing accuracy, the quicker and the higher his rating would go up. Now, for people who don't know who this guy is, Greg Paulus was a point guard for the Duke Blue Devils basketball team. So I want you to understand my thought process of the type of players that I'm putting on this game. Just because you didn't play college football or NFL football, but you was an All-American in high school, you going on the game. And Greg Paulus was a first team All-American coming out of high school. A lot of people didn't know that. He could have played football, but he chose to play with Coach K and play basketball. So when he graduated from Duke, he actually was he ended up going to Syracuse as a what you call it, graduate assistant or some old crazy stuff. I don't know, I forgot what you call it, but he played 1 year for Syracuse. So he's going on the game. So I just want you to understand my mind frame and how I'm putting these rosters together. Like I said, it's gonna be players you never even heard of or seen play, but I know about them, and hopefully, I can just I'm not trying to say trying to school people or none of that, no, because that's too arrogant. Let's just say I just want to try to spit